Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today behind me, I have the first ever 2024 Lexus RX 450 Plus, or the plug-in hybrid version of the RX. Now I just got done filming my dedicated range test, driving on only electricity, seeing how far this vehicle can go in real world testing behind me. So make sure you guys check out that dedicated video here on the channel if you want to know my thoughts and opinions driving the Lexus RX, again, on only electric power. But anyways, in today's video, I want to simply take a walk around tour, show you everything that you get in the 2024 RX 450 Plus with pretty much every single option box checked on this one behind me, which does bring the price well into the $70,000 price point, just over $76,000 as seen behind me. So without further ado, let's not waste time and get right into it. So take a look at the RX 450 Plus in front of us. It is finished in the Cloudburst Gray exterior with the Macadamia leather and bamboo trim interior. This is the lighter color interior available in the 450 Plus's lineup. And this exterior color looks very nice, has a good amount of metallic flake in direct sunlight. And I have featured another vehicle, I believe the TX in this color, if you guys want to check that out here on the channel. Now anyways, one thing I do want to point out at the beginning of this video is that this vehicle in front of us has over 13,000 miles on it, which is one of the higher press vehicles in terms of mileage that I've ever received. And it is interesting to see how this lighter color interior is holding up, given the a little bit of additional use and abuse that traditional press loan vehicles actually receive. So if you're interested about that, make sure you guys pay attention towards the interior section of this video, where I will highlight specifically the driver's seat and some of the other materials and how they are holding up. Now anyways, starting at the front end of the RX 450 Plus, this one is optioned with the triple beam LED projector headlights, which are about a $1,500 upcharge over that of the standard LED headlights. They do feature LED running lights and turn signals up top with your LED fog lights, as well as side cornering lights just beside the fog lights there on the front fascia. So if you're under about 20 miles an hour or so, turn the wheel to the side, it will illuminate the side of the vehicle, which is a very nice handy feature to have. It has a nice fade on and off animation as well. So it's a very premium feature and just provides a little bit of additional light around the vehicle. It does have front, rear, and side parking sensors, 360 surround view camera system located just below the front Lexus logo. And behind the Lexus logo, it does have the radar for some of the driver assistance and safety technologies that this vehicle, of course, does come standard with. Now moving around to the side of the vehicle, you will find body color cladding on this vehicle, which is fantastic. This one does have the 21-inch alloy wheels in a darker machine gray, matches the paint and the body color quite well. It is wrapped in a 235/50 21-inch Bridgestone Allensis Sport AS all-season tire, so a pretty nice high quality all-season there. Coming up to mirrors, they're going to be partially body color with your chrome accent. It does have LED turn signal integration, cameras on the bottom for the 360 surround view camera system, and the driver's side as well as the interior are going to be auto dimming. Heated mirrors, of course, with blind spot detection as standard. All four doors are going to be the electronic release with proximity entry, so you can enter from either or any of the door handles with the proximity key on you, which is always one of those nicer premium features in my opinion. And as you can see here from the side profile, you have a good mix of body color as well as bright silver trim along the belt line and the upper portion along the roof. And then you do have the slim profile cross rails, so if you want to add additional accessories, it looks like that may be possible. And then you do have the panoramic power sunroof up there with your tinted rear glass that flows all the way into the back of the vehicle, creating a very distinctive design. Now coming to the rear of the vehicle, you will find more LED lighting, of course, with your LED running lights, brake lights, turn signals, and reverse lights all in this upper housing right here. I really like this design detail on the side of the RX. You will find a little bit of silver trim on the lower rear fascia. Of course, there's no visible exhaust tips, given this is the plug-in hybrid version of the RX. You can actually see it hidden just here on the left side. It looks like it's on the right side as well. Rear parking sensors, as I mentioned, back here with the optional mud flaps that this one is equipped with. Nice chrome Lexus branding integrated into the actual tail lamp housing with your backup camera hidden just above the license plate. RX 450 Plus, H Plus all-wheel drive badging to indicate that this is the plug-in hybrid and all-wheel drive version of this vehicle. And the rear wiper is actually cleverly hidden underneath the rear spoiler. Really like how it cleans up the entire rear hatch of the vehicle. I know other models out there really do integrate this as well, but I appreciate Lexus for implementing that here on the RX. And this vehicle does come with the digital rear camera mirror with the camera hidden up there in addition to that. So overall, that's going to be a quick look here at the exterior of the 450 Plus. I guess I do want to point out here on the passenger side of the vehicle, this is where the 240 or 120 volt charge outlet is located on the exterior. So you have the gas fill on the driver's side, the electric charge here on the passenger side. It does have a little LED light in here, so it's easy to see at night, as well as a status indicator LED. And you know, overall, ultimately comes down to personal preference where you like the charge port located, but I think that matches the design and aesthetic pretty well on this vehicle. So let's go ahead and take a look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this vehicle is equipped before diving onto the interior. So take a look on the interior. As I mentioned, this is the macadamia leather and then bamboo trimmed interior. It is a nice two-tone interior, but certainly more on the lighter side of things, which again, I will show you some of that wear and tear on the driver's seat. Anyways, starting out here on the driver's side door panel, you will find a ton of soft touch and premium materials. Lexus really did a great job with the design. This part is going to be kind of a rubberized textured portion, but then you move just below that, you have the nice lighter leather that matches the seating surfaces, as well as this premium cloth with accent stitching around some of the Mark Levinson premium audio system, which this vehicle is equipped with. And then down below, you have a darker kind of brown leather with white accent stitching for the main armrest portion. And then you have your premium accented dark chrome window switches. Of course, all four windows are going to be automatic. You have power locks and mirrors with power folding automatic mirrors. And then your electronic door handle release with the emergency function if you need to pull out for some reason the latch electronically doesn't work. Tons of lower door storage with integrated bottle. You have the LED puddle lights, again, which this vehicle is optioned with, and then the Mark Levinson 21 speaker premium audio system. Coming to the driver's seat, you're going to have a host of adjustments via the four-way power lumbar, the power leg extension, and of course, all the other usual normal height and recline adjustments. And then once again, focusing on the, wear and tear on this driver's seat, you do have the perforations and then the cloth material on the outer bolsters that matches that on the door panels. It even continues up here on the headrest, which is a, very unique use of materials. And I really think Lexus did an excellent job choosing how to design and use the materials. Now, focusing here on the lower bolster, you can actually see just a hint of dye transfer, but it's not bad whatsoever. I'm not sure how this vehicle was maintained in terms of chemicals and cleaning the seats, but I think in terms of general wear and tear from wrinkle standpoint, I think it's doing, as it should, as expected. There's really no major creases. This is going to be a normal wear point getting in and out as people slide and the foam breaks in over time. But as you can see, I think it's doing a very good job, and I don't see any major stains or imperfections in the color side of things. And then coming up here to the dashboard, of course, you can see some of that nice bamboo trim on the steering wheel along a mostly dark colored dashboard. Now here in the interior of the RX 450 Plus, you're going to find a host of features options, most of which are up to date within the Lexus product catalog, but there are going to be a couple small things that are not going to be the latest and greatest that I will go ahead and point out for you guys. Now, one of which is not the latest and greatest is going to be the digital cluster here behind the steering wheel. So as you can see, you have about an 8-inch center screen that is going to be somewhat configurable, programmable. There are going to be different pages that you can select, but you can see on the left and right hand side, you have these digital bar readouts for the high voltage battery, as well as your fuel tank, and then other dummy lights or status indicator lights throughout that, just to go with the hybrid powertrain or, seatbelt safety items such as that. Anyways, coming back to the steering wheel, you have your forward attention monitor located on the steering column, and then you have that nice dark leather with the bamboo trim that matches some parts of the dashboard. I think this is certainly a highlight of this interior color combination. On the left side, you have your audio multimedia and different pages you can do. It does show up there in the heads-up display. As you can see, I'm rubbing my finger over the different menu items. And on the right side, you have your driver assistance, adaptive cruise control, lane tracing assist, and then you can adjust again the distance from this, different adaptive cruise control modes, and then there are different pages so you can quickly toggle between the heads-up display as well as the driver assistance tech. Backside, you have paddle shifters, and then on the left, you have automatic headlights, auto high beam assist, as well as your fog light controls, and this vehicle does feature automatic rain sense wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, we have your gas cap release, as well as your power tailgate, 3-person memory driver and front passenger seats. So very nice to see that. And then you have your trip information as well as gauge dimming, AC vent with a little bit of additional piano back black gloss black plastic. And then as I was showcasing, you do have your configurable heads-up display out there, which there are some configurations and adjustments you can do within the main infotainment head unit. Now, speaking of the main infotainment head unit, this is going to be the 14-inch screen size, the larger of the two offered in the RX lineup in general. It is going to be the latest offering with wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, and then you have all of your climate controls and shortcuts fixed at the very bottom of the screen with your climate control knobs, as I was mentioning, automatic heated and ventilated first and second row seats. Of course, two-stage automatic heated steering wheel, and I will go ahead and showcase the Lexus UI system, which you can see the map pulls up there. This is stuff that we are very familiar with within Toyota and Lexus products, and there's a ton of vehicle settings you can configure in here if you want to go through all of that, including vehicle customize, and there you can see some of the different options. So make sure to check out some of the other dedicated content I have on the channel where I go through the system in either a Toyota and or Lexus product. AC vents are located below that. We have a volume knob, defroster buttons. We have our automatic parking mode, which this vehicle is equipped with, as well as our 360 camera system button, which you can push that, and it will pull up the surround view camera system. Two USB-C charge and data ports over there, a little storage pocket in this section, and we actually have more of that bamboo trim that matches the dash as well as the steering wheel for this little cover. Wireless charging pad is found deep inside of this cubby. You do have another USB-A and USB-C data port, as well as a 12-volt outlet hidden very cleverly, and a good amount of additional storage space. Nice shift knob here in the center console. This is one, again, found in many different products I've showcased. I actually really like the way it moves and the way it works. Actually, one of my preferences in terms of a non-traditional type of shifter. So I think Lexus and Toyota did a great job designing that. Two decently sized cup holders, and the first couple are actually adjust down in terms of its physical height. So you can see the cup sinks down a little bit further, and then if you push this button, it will go ahead and rise up, lock into place, and be just a little bit taller. So depending on your beverage and cup height. We have our traction control off. We have our different drive modes here for, all-terrain off-road. Electronic parking brake, automatic vehicle hold. We have our EV hold and or charge button, and then this will also switch between hybrid electric and EV only drive modes, which you can see my battery is out because I just did that range test, so it won't let me switch between them. But then we have an automatic EV hybrid electric mode. The car will automatically dynamically switch between them as needed. Nice lighter color leather armrest, nicely softly padded. And then inside, it is going to be the open from both sides fashion. There is a good amount of storage space inside, but you can flip it open from either the passenger and or driver side, which many Toyota and Lexus products do feature. Up top, we have our lighter color, very low profile kind of suede headliner. Has the LED Vandy illumination, of course, microphones. We have our digital rear camera mirror with garage home link. There's a ton of adjustments on here. Simply flip that down for the traditional auto dimming or the digital mirror as seen there. We have a sunglasses holder, always nice to see those. LED overhead lighting, our panoramic sunroof shade and sunroof controls. There's the SOS emergency button, and then some of the other lighting adjustments that you can do. And as you can see, as far as the panoramic sunroof, it is going to be a very large sunroof in nature. It goes all the way back to the second row seats. And yeah, as a whole, I think the RX here in the front seat is very, very nice. Now, in terms of the second row of the RX, this is going to be one of the most impressive parts of this vehicle. Starting out here on the door panel, all of the materials will fall through from the front, including that suede portion around the speaker. We have manual rear side sunshades, the lock and unlock button near the window controls, and then the LED puddle lights will be found here as well. Coming to the second row bench seat, it does have power adjustments for the recline, which can be controlled in the cargo area or here on the left and right hand sides. So you can actually fold or recline the seats all from this switch right here. Step in height is going to be very good given the door opening and ride height of this vehicle. And then taking a look at the front seat, there's going to be a look at the dashboard. And in terms of rear amenities, this again is going to be a highlight of this vehicle because it does come with everything that the RX has to offer, including heated and ventilated second row seats in the outboard positions, more USB charging. We have AC vents, single zone automatic climate control here in the back. And then you can see here is the adjustments for the passenger front seat If anybody wants to adjust that here from the rear, they can simply do that for additional legroom or whatnot. We have mat pockets on both of the two front seats, a nicely integrated center armrest that does feature cup holders, and then a little storage cubby inside. Always nice to have a little bit of additional kind of private storage in this area. So great on Lexus for implementing that. We have the same suede outboard seats as the door panels, nice black seat belts, and then the overhead LED lighting is located just above the seats right there. In terms of rear seat space, this is my driving position, and I have a ton of room. I have like 6 or 8 inches of legroom, plenty of footroom down below, and then headroom is not going to be an issue either, with a solid 2 inches or so of headroom. And again, you can adjust the seats via the power buttons on the left and right hand side. So really, these are features you don't normally see in the midsize luxury space, especially in the 2-row space. So really applaud Lexus for offering all of these features. But of course, this vehicle is a little bit on the pricey side. So ultimately, it is kind of a little bit of a trade-off there. Now coming to the cargo and hatch area, of course, this will have a power liftgate, and it does have the optional kick sensor down below. So if you want to do that, you can do that. And behind these second row seats, you're going to find a ton of rear cargo space. Now, one thing I do want to mention about these seats is, of course, they are going to be 60-40 split folding, but if you want to make it a 40-20-40 folding seat, there is a little latch here, and that will allow you to actually fold down the center portion, or the 20% of the seat, for a little bit of additional pass-through, but that does lock into place, and normally it will be a 40-60 split. On the left side, you have LED lighting, 12-volt outlet, subwoofer, and then you have the power adjustments to fold down, like I said, both the left and right-hand side. And on the right side, you have more LED lighting with a 1500-watt, 120-volt outlet. Always like to see onboard power. This vehicle thankfully has it, and there is a toggle in the infotainment system to actually turn that setting on and off. And then beneath the floor, you do have some additional space taken up by some of the hybrid electric components, a tire mobility kit, a decent amount of underfloor storage, as well as a large cubby back here, which currently has the 120-volt charge cable that, obviously comes with the vehicle when you purchase it. But overall, a good amount of storage space in the RX 450, and I really do like that aspect about it. Now finally, coming to the passenger front seat, you will find all of the same adjustments as the driver's side here for the front passenger. So as I was mentioning, you get 3-person memory seats here on the door panel for the seat in specific. Again, a 4-person, 4-way lumbar. You have the leg extension, which can retract right there. Very cleverly done with the leather in the way that is integrated in there. And you do have a better look here at the front dashboard. It does have a little bit of ambient lighting up there at night. Nice bamboo trim, gray accent air vent, and then there is the glove box. It's suede, no LED illumination, unfortunately, but is going to be a very useful size, as you can see right there. And overall, this vehicle is extremely well equipped and extremely impressive. So let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle before we go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of the Lexus RX 450h, you're going to find the plug-in hybrid powertrain, which is one of 4 different powertrains offered within the RX's lineup. It's going to be a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine paired to 3 electric motors, which makes this vehicle all-wheel drive, going through an eCVT type transmission. Now, official output figures is 304 horsepower combined from the electric motors and, of course, this naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. And Toyota and Lexus don't provide an exact torque figure for combined output, but I'm going to guess it's going to be, significant in that the electric system alone provides nearly 200 pound-feet of torque, and then you throw in about 168 pound-feet of torque from the NA 4-cylinder, and you will get, a good combined output. And acceleration is pretty good with this vehicle, being the second quickest in the RX's lineup in terms of powertrain configurations, in the mid 6-second range or so, 0 to 60. So that's gonna do it here for this walk around tour of the 2024 Lexus RX 450 Plus plug-in hybrid version of the RX. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on this vehicle down in the comment section below. Now, like I said, this is the most expensive version of the Lexus RX within the lineup, coming in substantially higher than that of even the 500F Sport model, which features a 2.4-liter supercharged turbo hybrid electric powertrain. And I think it ultimately depends on, which features and options you really want within the lineup. This is based upon the luxury trim level with the additional features and options, as I mentioned in this video, on top of that. So it is kind of a already fully loaded RX building on the, plug-in hybrid powertrain, hence the, $76,000 price point as equipped seen in this video. But I think overall the vehicle drives very, very well. Like I said, make sure to stay tuned for additional content already posted and or coming on this vehicle. But I think, depending on what vehicles you're cross-shopping it with out there, you can get other similar types of plug-in hybrids for around that $70,000 price point also, which might make this a better or worse deal depending on, again, which attributes you value within vehicles that you are shopping for. So do keep all that in mind when you guys are looking for a plug-in hybrid luxury vehicle out there. But I think the RX as a whole within the entire lineup is a very good vehicle, a good size for average family, small family and or, couple out there, and provides a lot of the luxury amenities that one would assume for, whatever price point within the RX lineup you are looking for. So with all that being said, like I said, let me know your thoughts and opinions or any questions on this vehicle and or video down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer them. Huge thanks to Lexus for sending the RX 450 Plus out for me to test and review. Always interesting to drive these vehicles with, higher mileage to see how wear and tear is going. And generally they have been broken in by this time point versus that with, 500 miles on it, which I've had those vehicles as well. Overall, I think this vehicle still drives very well. The fit and finish is very good with 13,000 miles and really nothing unexpected that I've encountered with this exact vehicle. But like I said, leave your comments below. As always, I appreciate continued support and hope to see you guys in the next one.